Hello, boys. I, Dr. Pradeep Kumar Srivastava, welcoming to all of you in my water resources engineering class. Today is very important topic, and its name is hydrology. Hydrology, dear boy, hydrology is direct related with our life. Hydro means hydrous word has made from water. Hydrology. So today we will read hydrology. Two part of hydrogen and one part of oxygen. This is H2O. So, dear boy, hydrology is the study of the distribution and movement of water, both on and below the earth and surface, as well as the impact of human activity on water availability and conditions. Hydrology is the study of distribution and movement of water, both on and below the earth's surface, as well as the impact of human activity of water availability and condition. Hydrology from Greek word hydōr, meaning water, and logos meaning study. It's the scientific study of movement, and distribution and management of water on the earth and plants, including the water cycle, water resources, and environmental watershed. Sustainability. A practitioner of hydrology is called hydrologist. Hydrologists are scientists studying earth or environment, science, civil or environmental engineering, and physical geography. Using various analytical methods and scientific technique, they collect and analyze data to help shape or mode of the hydrology. Various analytic methods and scientific technique, they collect and analyze data to help solve water related problems such as environment. So prevention, natural disaster and water management. Hydrology subdivided into surface water, hydrology, groundwater, hydrology, and marine hydrology and domain hydrology. Include hydrometeorology surface, hydrology, and drainage basin management, and water quality, where water plays a central role. Hydrology has been a subject of investigation and in engineering and millennium. For example, about 400 BC, the Nile was demand to improve agriculture. Productively, previously barren land, Mesopotamia town, we are protected from flooding with high earthen wall. Aqueducts were built by the Greek and ancient Roman, while the history of China show they built irrigation and food control work. The ancient science, the ancient scientists used hydrology to build complex irrigation work in Sri Lanka. Also known for environment and invention of the valley pit, which allowed to construction of large reservoir and cut and canal which till function. Means, what is the introduction? So hydrology, hydro means water, logy means science. Hence hydrology means science of water. It is the science that deal with the occurrence, circulation and distribution of water of the earth and earth atmosphere. This is the hydrology application. How hydropower work, hydrology work, dear boy. In the earth, hydrology is cycle. It is the regular movement. It is the regular movement. In the case, in the summer, in the heat of sun, the water convert into vapor. Vapor to do lightweight, which go to make the cloud. And when sun during the make distance between earth, few temperature head down and cloud convert into the water vapor to drop and drop and fall down the earth. This is the cycle. This is the cycle. Hydrological cycle क्योंकि evaporation of water from the surface source like river, lake, ocean, from the surface of soil, plant through transportation. So by the process, water is converted into vapor. Condensation, it is the process by which vapor is converted solid from cloud. So I think you have understand how cloud has made. Now precipitation in the form of rain, so street drizzle interception. When precipitation occur, it is intercepted by vegetation. So this part do not contribute to the surface of water. Water which flow on ground, on surface and join channel, it's called surface runoff. Correct? You understand? Suppose so many water has come in the river due to rain, due to high rain. Okay. Now, few water were stored, few is went to the charge of the groundwater. Now, that is again many quantum of water stored in the river. This is the runoff. This is the runoff. It means water which flow on ground or surface and join channel. It's called surface runoff. And ground water flow or into the water which infiltrated into the ground, join the stream on the latter stage is called interflow. Infiltration. After water reach the ground, it infiltration into the ground. Surface detonation. And some part of the water is stored in the depression present on the ground. Form of the precipitation. It is the main form of precipitation in India when the size of the drop is larger than 0.5 mm. It is called rainfall. The rainfall is classified into light rain, moderate rain, and heavy rain. If intensity is raised to 2.5 mm, then light rain. And if intensity is 2.5 mm per hour to 7.5 mm per hour, that is the moderate rain. and heavy rain above 7.5 mm per hour. That is the heavy rain. Form precipitation. Snow. Snow is made up of one of the more tiny ice crystal and that come together to form a unique shape of a snowflake. Drizzle. Drizzle is a light liquid precipitation and consisting of liquid water drop smaller than those of the rain, generally smaller than 0.5 mm in diameter and having intensity less than 1 mm per hour. Form of precipitation. It is the main form of precipitation in India when the size of the drop is larger than 0.5 mm. So it is called rainfall. The rainfall is classified light rain, moderate rain, and heavy rain. Now, sleet, a mixture of rain and snow when the temperature of atmosphere and near the ground is near 0 degree Celsius, then precipitation will be mixture of rain and snow. Dew actually formed by condition on the ground during night when the surface has been cooled by the outgoing radiation. So type of precipitation. The main phenomena responsible for the precipitation is lifting of air mass and based on the factors are responsible for lifting precipitation is classified as follows: cyclonic precipitation, convective precipitation, and choreographic precipitation. Now, cyclonic precipitation and cyclonic precipitation is caused by lifting of air mass due to the pressure difference created in an area. It is responsible for most of the winter rain in Haryana and Punjab. Cyclonic precipitation may be two types. One, frontal precipitation and non-frontal precipitation. So when the moving warm, most air mass is obstructed by the zone of cold air mass and the warm air mass rise up to higher altitude and where the get considered and heavy rainfall occurs and non-frontal precipitation where air mass of the rush into two pressure area and their mass from the pressure of area. Converting precipitation in the tropical country when particular hot day ground surface heated unequally, the warm air is lifted to the higher altitude and cooler air like take the place. The warm most air is condensed at the higher altitude and rainfall of heavy intensity and short duration. Now orographic precipitation. Orographic precipitation is the most important precipitation and it's responsible for most of the precipitation in India. It occurs when air mass is set with the moisture strike and the topographic barriers and cannot move further to rise up and condense at higher altitude and cause precipitation. So water balance. In hydrology, water balance equation describe the flow of the water and out of system. A system can be one of the several hydrological systems and such as column, as soil or whole drainage basin. The water balance equation can be used for many basic analysis of the water availability in the area. For example, how much water is available for various purposes from the system. This is the formula of follow the water balance, where I inflow system and Q outflow system and change in storage in the given time period. Now, what is our objectives? So, hydrology and hydro cycle, rainfall measurement, analysis of rainfall, record, runoff calculation, abstraction from rainfall, evaporation, evapotranspiration, and infiltration. Now, hydrology and hydrology cycle. Ocean, there is ocean available in the water 97.25%. Ice cap and glacier 2.05%. Groundwater 0.68%. Lake 0.01%. And soil moisture 0.05%. And atmosphere 0.01%. So stream and river. So deflection of hydrology, and hydrology is a multimedia disciplinary subject that deal with the occurrence, circulation, and distribution of the water of the earth. Now, hydrology and hydrology cycle. Application of the hydrology. So, hydrology is applied to measure civil engineering projects such as irrigation scheme, dam and hydroelectric power and project, and water supply project. Now, scope of hydrology. The study of hydrology helps us to know the maximum parabolic flood that may be occur at the given site and the frequency, and this is required for the safe design of drain and culvert, dam, reservoir, channel, and other flood control structure. The water yield from a basin, its occurrence, quality, and frequency, etc. And this is necessary for the design of dam, municipal water supply, and water power and river navigation. The groundwater development for which a knowledge of the hydrology of the area, that is of the formation, soil recharge of faculty like stream and reservoir, rainfall pattern, climate, cropping pattern are required. The maximum intensity of the storm and its frequency of the design of the drainage project in the now hydrology cycle, journey of water from the ocean to atmosphere and back to the earth and ultimately to the ocean through the process of evaporation, participation, percolation, runoff, return in the ocean is called hydrology cycle. It is a very interesting thing. Journey of water from the ocean to atmosphere and back to the earth and ultimately to the ocean through the process of evaporation, percolation, precipitation, runoff, and runoff to the ocean is called hydrologic cycle. Now, component of the hydrological cycle. So, precipitation uh, include rain, sow, and other form of water falling from the atmosphere into the land and ocean. And evaporation, physical process by which water is vaporized into the atmosphere from free water surface and land area. Transpiration, water from the soil is absorbed by plant root and eventually discharged into the atmosphere through little pores in the leaves and called stomata. So evaporation combined process by which water is transferred to the atmosphere from the open water surface and vegetation. Infiltration, movement of water from the land surface to the upper layer of soil. Now percolation, movement of the water through the surface down the water table and over land flow. Partition of the runoff that travel over the surface of the ground to reach a stream channel, and surface runoff include all overland so as well as prescription falling directly and into the stream channel. Form of precipitation, drizzle, a light steady rain in fine drop 0.5 mm and intensity less than 1 mm per hour. Rain, the condensed water vapor of the atmosphere falling in the drop 0.5 mm. Maximum size 6 mm from the cloud. So glaze freezing of the drizzle of the rain when the comes in contact with the cold object and state frozen rain drop while the feeling through air at the submerging temperature. Snow, ice crystal resulting from the submission, that is water vapor condensed to ice. Now hell, small lumps and ice. so it is less than 5 mm in diameter, formed by the alternate freezing and melting when they are carried up the down into highly turbulent air current. And next is dew. Moisture consists from the atmosphere in the small drop upon cool surface. And fifth, a fifth deposit of ice formed on the ground or on the surface of expected object by dew. And fog, a thin cloud, a bearing size formed to surface of the earth by consideration of atmosphere Jaipur, and mist, a very thin fog. Now, now we will type of precipitation. Conventional precipitation, it results from the heating of the earth surface due to of this the warm air rise and rapidly into the atmosphere. As the air rises, it cools and water vapor in the air, so condensed into cloud and precipitation. Second, orographic precipitation. It results when warm most air moving across the ocean is forced to rise by the large mountains. As the air rises, it cools. As air cools and the water vapor in the air condensed at water droplets form. Participation occurs on the windward side on the mountain. So the air is now dry and rise over top the mountain. So as the air moves back down the mountain, it collects moisture from the ground via evaporation. And cyclonic of the frontal precipitation result when the leading edge of a warm most air miss. This is the diagram of each. Now storm, heavy rain characteristic. The characteristic of a storm rain, namely depth, duration, intensity, and distribution effect of the watershed. So responses to the rainfall event. Depth amount of the distribution that falls usually in our cm. So duration, length of the storm usually per hour per day. Intensity, depth of rainfall per unit time, usually in hour or centimeter hour. So rainfall intensity change and continuously throughout a storm, but it may be average over short time intervals over the entire storm duration. So duration describe how rainfall depth or intensity varies in space over an area of the watershed. Next, rainfall measurement. The measurement of the rainfall and optimum number of rain gauge. So the basic instrument for rainfall measurement is rain gauge, which sample the inclusions of the rainfall at the specific point throughout the on office of known area. So type of rain gauge, known non-recording rain gauge, and the non-recording rain gauge use of India is the Simon's rain gauge. So rainfall is measured every day at 8:30. Rainfall measurement. Hours IST during have a rain in must of measurement and 3-4 hours in a day. So list of reservoir fill and overflow, but the last measurement should at 8:30 hour IST. Recording rain gauge. Tapping bucket rain gauge, wagging type rain gauge, floating type rain gauge, and this type of rain gauge use Indian Meteorological Department IMD. Now statistics has been used on determining the optimum number of rain gauge and required to be installed in a given catchment, and the basis behind such statistical calculation is that a certain number of the rain gauge station are necessary to give average rainfall with a certain percentage of error. In the allowable error is the more larger number of the gauge and would be required the optimum number of rain gauge and can be obtained using. So where this is the formula of measurement. So n is equal to Cv upon E inverse 2. So Cv is coefficient of the variation of the rainfall based on the missing rain gauge station, and mean oblique standard deviation of rainfall, and E is equal to allowable percentage error in the estimating of the basic mean rainfall. Now estimating missing rainfall data. Estimating of missing rainfall data. So due to the absence of the observer of instrumental failure, rainfall data record occasionally are incomplete. In such of case, one can estimate the missing data by using the nearest station rainfall data. If, for example, rainfall data at a day one there is the 3 surrounding station with the mean annual rainfall N1, N2, and N3, and data PX can be estimated. So this is the formula of estimation of data. Now estimation of average depth of rainfall over a catchment. So arithmetic mean method, the central assumption in the arithmetic mean method of each rain gauge has equal and weighting, and this the mean depth where watershed is estimated by this P1 plus P2 PPN 1N, and very important for the searching of missing data, it is the thesis polygon method. Now this is the thesis polygon method. You can first you point the mark of a map, the all rain gauge station, and after that you connect all three, and a bifurcate line between the triangle and that is the area of the rainfall theta. And the disadvantage of this thesis polygon are inflexibility. The addition of the new station implies the construction of new polygon, and it does not directly account for scientific method. Scientific method are line linking point to the equal rainfall for the description rate. And what is advantage? Advantage, the method is good where there is the dense network and the rain gauge that is also flexible and considered a geographic effect. This is the double mass curve analysis of the rainfall record. So it is used to detect the data of the site have been subjected to a significant chance of the magnitude due to the example factor. And this is the runoff, surface runoff. Suppose this is the falling on the earth. Now classification of the runoff according to the surface. So surface runoff, including all overland flow as well as precipitation falling directly into the stream channel. And overland flow portion of the runoff, that is the travel over the surface of the ground to be reached a stream channel and throw out the channel of the basin outlet. So this process occurs relatively quickly. And subsurface runoff, portion of runoff that travels under the ground to reach a stream channel and to basin outlet. It includes a interflow and a groundwater runoff. So interflow portion of subsurface runoff there travels laterally through the unsaturated zone of throughout the shallow patches saturated surface runoff. Now groundwater runoff, so portion of the subsurface runoff that come from the infiltration and subsequent porcelain due to water table and eventually reach a stream channel, and the process occur relatively slowly. This is runoff calculation and physiographic factors and factor affecting runoff. The physiographic factor is the land use, type of soil, area of the basin of the catchment, shape of the basin, elevation, slope, orientation of extract, and type of the drainage network, and indirect drainage and artificial drainage. So, type of the percolation, precipitation, initially the rainfall, duration of rainfall, and area distribution of the rainfall. So, antecedent the previous precipitation and other climate factor that affect, which evaporation and transpiration. So, my dear boy, thank you for quite hearing my lesson and how much you have grasped from this lesson. I want to ask you some MCQ. So you should reply to the MCQ. Question number 1. A multi-purpose reservoir is the one which a design of one purpose but services, which is the question is correct. The four number of answer as looking on your screen. Correct answer is B, planet and construction to serve. A rain gauge should be preferably be fixed where the correct answer is C, in the open space. A repelling grayon is a line pointing upstream. Which is correct answer? Correct answer is A. Now, the hydroelectric scheme operating under the head of activator of well as classified as correct answer is C, high head scheme. And a hydrograph is graphical represent of correct answer is A, rainfall intensity and time. And a land is known as the waterlogged. Correct answer is C, capacity fringe reaches to the root zone of plant. And next question is 70% index of the wetness means just you have read. Correct answer is B, rain deficiency of 30%. And next question, a deep well. So what is correct answer? Correct answer is B, has more discharge that is shallow well. Now, always cheaper. That is deep well is always cheaper and a shallow well. Is it correct? Correct answer is B, has more discharge than a shallow well. Next question. A current meter is used to measure the velocity, and a divide wall is provided at right angle of the axis of wear. Which is correct answer? Correct answer is A. A, all right angle of the axis of wear. This is the reference of this lecture, and this is the book's reference. This is the also references. And thank you very much for taking interest in my class. You are welcome in my next class.